Knuckleheads, here's a word of advice to all the boxers out there, and my biggest takeaway from David Benavidez versus David Morrell, and that is never, ever under any condition call David El Monstro Benavidez fat. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, because there are certain guys in certain sports, right? And the names that come to mind, listen to the names that come to mind: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Anderson Silva. There are certain guys, when you push their buttons and get them angry and get them emotional, that will actually use that energy, use those emotions to perform even better than they would have had you not poked the proverbial bear. And David Benavidez is exactly that guy. And you saw David Morrell call him fat multiple times in the lead up to this fight. And the only thing that I'm seeing fat right now is David Morrell's head after that complete and utter domination. Listen, I'm doubling down on the word domination. I'm doubling down because I put it on X that I thought this fight was a dominant win for David Benavidez. And somebody tried going back and forth with me on it, and I'm just not seeing it. And especially now, where I've seen the replay of the alleged knockdown, which I believe happened in the 11th round, and which the commission immediately approved as a legitimate knockdown. And I'm looking at it now, and that was absolutely not a knockdown. There are several videos all over the internet showing that that was not a knockdown, that Morrell had his foot out and Benavidez tripped over the foot, right? So the reason I'm calling it a domination, right, because not only did David Morrell get whipped by David Benavidez, but I had a very hard time, knuckleheads, and tell me if you agree in the comment section below, a very hard time giving David Morrell even a single round in this fight. And I know a few of you might disagree with me out there. So here's my ask of everybody. If in fact that was a trip, which it was, and David Morrell didn't actually win that round 10-8, and he did get a point taken away, so it would be 9-8. But listen, forget the actual score. If it was correctly scored as not a knockdown, which it was not, if they would have correctly called it as a slip, what round did David Morrell win in this fight clearly against David Benavidez? My argument last night in our post-fight video, our post-fight show, which we do after every big fight, me and Ignorant Behavior, was that I could barely find a round to score for David Morrell. And this is not to minimize David Morrell. I think he's a good fighter, really good fighter. I thought he made a lot of the rounds competitive. But that didn't indicate that he won the round. The closest rounds I can give to David Morrell, knuckleheads, and I got to be honest with you guys, round 4 and 5. I believe it was round 4 at the end where David Morrell hurt David Benavidez, right, with a short counter. But even in that situation, immediately after, before the bell rang, Benavidez hurt him back. And so I felt like the best I could do in that round, where Benavidez was winning the entirety of the round until he got caught with that clean punch, but then returned the favor, was at best give Morrell a tie. And in the round after that, I thought maybe Benavidez slowed down enough and took the round off enough for somebody somewhere to be able to argue that Morrell won the round. But I just could not for the life of me. And I disagreed with Ignorant Behavior, and I disagreed with Larry Hazard's card yesterday. I could not for the life of me find a single round where I said Morrell won that round for sure, other than the knockdown round in the 11th, which is now turned out to be a trip. And they still ruled it a knockdown. Don't get confused. It's been ruled a knockdown by the commission, but it was not a knockdown. Completely wrong. They got that completely wrong. So the lesson is, don't call this kid fat, because he's so damn good at what he does, right? That he's able to use the emotions that you've riled up inside of him, right? He's that good. He's able to use these emotions you've riled up inside of him. He's so at home in that ring. He's able to use them to get even better, to drive him even further, to go after it even more. And you've heard this kid speak on the microphone. We've seen this guy mature in the ring and outside the ring. This kid is articulate. He knows exactly who he is. He knows what he's going after. This kid is a phenom. And it's my opinion, right, that David Benavidez is one of the best boxers in the world today. And he's got the same mentality of guys like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, like Larry Bird, Anderson Silva, all of these guys that I've seen in the past use the energy that people concocted within them by pissing them off against the people that pissed them off. Very few people can do it, knuckleheads. David Benavidez is a guy that can do it. And then in the comment section below, knuckleheads, I need all of you guys to tell me what you think about David Benavidez's fight. Give me the round where David Morrell won. Put it in the comment section below, and me and you can go back and forth on it. After that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join the channel. It's just $9.99 a month. Help me continue to drop daily content for you guys right here on the channel. Remember, we're going live now every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. On the FightersRep podcast, we're going live after every big fight. I'm going to be bringing you guys content like crazy, so subscribe, get your merchandise in the link below, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this, because I am still trying to figure out what round to give David Morrell. A whole day later, I'm still trying to figure it out.